Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to film me testing out a couple of products that I've been having my eye on that I finally decided to purchase to try out. And the main thing of today I'm going to focus on is probably my brows. I usually just use a brow pencil to fill them in. I used to use a pomade, but then I didn't like the way they look, like kind of like the harshness of the pomade. I felt like it made my brows look really dark. So I started using just a pencil for a while, and I decided that I wanted to change up the routine a bit more. So I finally went to Ulta, picked up a couple things that I wanted to try, and one of the main things I wanted to try was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze. Which is like the styling wax that I've been seeing online that people use, and I believe E.L.F also came out with one, but they didn't have that one in stock, obviously, because it's a much more affordable product than this one. I believe this was like, I don't even know how much it retails for. I think it's like $29 or something like that. I would have to double check, but yeah, I wanted to test it out because I've been watching people do their brows, and the way the products makes their brow look, it just looks really pretty. So I wanted to try it out for myself, and I also picked up the E.L.F brow pomade in the shade dark brown. Like I said, I don't like when my brows look super dark. It's just not something I'm into. I do have pretty dark like brown hair. It's not black, so I decided to go with the dark brown and see how this works out. I haven't used a pomade in a long time, and I don't have any pomade, so I had to pick up a new one just because I didn't have one in my collection. And if I do, it's probably dried out. And then the other thing I picked up was the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nuvia palette. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's the new palette they came out with. This retails for $55, which is pretty pricey for a palette, but I feel like that's like the range that their palettes usually go for. I believe they're usually at about maybe 45, or they used to be about 45, but I know that prices probably have gone up. But yeah, I decided I wanted to try this out. It's a beautiful palette. I don't really have anything in my collection that has these shades together as like a palette, so I decided to pick it up. I love the packaging. The packaging is super cute. If I can open it, but yeah, the packaging is super cute. It is like this really like sagey color green. If you guys can see that, it's really pretty. And this is what the palette looks like. I'm holding it upside down just so I don't blind you guys with the mirror. But yeah, I am really excited to try this out. I love the colors in here. The greens, they're really pretty. The one called Wings, Hope, really beautiful shades. And I'm really excited to try this out and see how I like that. And the other thing that I got makeup related was the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip like gloss slash like balm, and I got mine in the shade hibiscus. And it's hard for you guys to see, but this is what it looks like. It looks kind of dark in the actual packaging. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but I'm really excited to try this out. I was debating on getting the plumping one, but I decided just stick to the regular one, just to see if I actually really like it or how I feel about it. But I don't know if I'm going to use this today. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oh, I also forgot to mention, for the spoolie I'm going to be using for the brow freeze, I actually picked up the E.L.F Brow Lift Applicator. I was looking for the one from Anastasia, but they didn't have it in stock. I think it was sold out. So I picked up the E.L.F one, and it just looks like this. It has a spoolie on one side, and then it has the flat like applicator on the other, which is really convenient because I feel like that'll be easier to like press down the brows after you apply the product. And how I'm gonna do this, I think I'm gonna zoom you guys in first. Okay, that's as zoomed in as it's gonna get. But yeah, I think how I'm gonna do it is, I saw on their Instagram they scoop up the product with the flat like scoop your part, put it on the lid, and then they use the actual like spoolie itself to distribute it into the brows. I'm having a hard time talking today, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna scoop up some of the product. I'm not gonna do too much just because I don't really know how much to use. When I put it on the lid itself, and then I'm gonna take the spoolie side and rub it onto that, which is how I saw them do it. So that's what I'm gonna do because I don't know how to really use this product because it's my first time actually using it. So now I'm gonna look down into my mirror. I saw them apply it like downward first into the brow to kind of coat it, and then apply it upwards. Oh my god. My brows look crazy. They're so, the hairs are like really long. They don't look very long when I'm actually like regularly doing my brows. I look crazy. And then they use it to kind of put the hair down. I think I did it right. I feel like my hairs are not long enough for them to be like going all the way down and look like symmetrical. But I'm gonna do the other brow and I'll be right back to show you guys what they look like. So I did my brows. I think I like the way they look. I could definitely feel that some of the product on my skin, which doesn't really bother me, but I feel like my brow, like the actual hairs are not long enough to do that like feathery effect, which is fine. But I think I'm gonna have to keep playing with this product to see if I like it or if it actually does anything for my brows, like enhance them in any way. But the next thing I'm gonna do is actually fill in my brows, and I thought I had picked up the ColourPop like filtered, like not filtered, like the feathered pen thing that looks like an eyeliner, but it's actually for your brows. And I thought I knew I put it in my basket, but now that I'm looking through the stuff, I don't have it in my Ulta bag. So I don't know if it fell out on the card ride home, or if the person who checked me out forgot to put it in the bag. So unfortunately I don't have the product anymore. Definitely gonna have to go back and get one because I don't have it. But I do have the Juvia's Place, it's called the Eye Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Pen in the shade Chocolate, which I don't think it's going to be too dark for me. But yeah, it looks literally like a not lip liner. It looks like an eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, and I'm really excited to try it out and see how I like it. I don't know how this is going to go. Hopefully it doesn't make my brows look weird. Okay, so I am going to use this to try and fill in my brows to see how I like it. Hopefully they don't look too crazy, but I think I'm just gonna go in with this and see how it looks. I don't know, I've never used like a brow pencil like this or like a felt pen for my brows, so I'm just gonna go ahead and scoot into the mirror. Does anything happen? I don't think I like how it's making my brow look. You can definitely tell it's not like a dark shade. Like you can see it in my brow. And I don't know how I feel about this brow freeze. I feel like it's making my eyebrow literally stick to my skin and it looks really weird. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take the pomade and apply that with a brush, a thin like little brush. I'm just gonna use the Morphe R44 brush to use this and to fill in my brows. But so far I don't know how I feel about the product. Okay, so I filled in my brows. I can definitely tell a difference with this brow than this one. I think I so far like the brow freeze, but I like it better with like a pomade once you fill in your brows than with the pen thing I use from Juvia's Place. Definitely it's not my color. You could definitely see it's weight. Like I could tell off like camera in the mirror that it's too light for my like my hair. And then filling in the brow free, like filling my brows after applying the pen, it definitely made my brow feel a lot more like stiff, and it was kind of harder for me to do like fill it in with the pomade after because of the brow freeze. So I think I will continue to try the brow freeze out and with the pomade only. I don't think it would do good with any other product besides like a pomade, because I feel like definitely like the way this brow is looking more than this one. I feel like this one's looking kind of crazy. But yeah, so far it's doing okay. We're doing good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my face with my Supercharged Milani Dewy primer, and I've been using this every time I do my makeup, and I just love the way it makes my skin look very dewy and very like hydrated. It doesn't make my face feel super dry at all when I apply my makeup, so I have been loving that primer so far. I'm gonna go ahead and let this sink into my skin for a minute or so, and I'm gonna apply my foundation and do like my face a little bit before I come back and actually get started on the eyes. So yeah, I will go ahead and be right back. Okay, so I'm back and I have done my foundation, set the face, and I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm really excited to try this out. Like I said, the colors, like especially like the greens on each side, they're so pretty. So I think I'm gonna go in with the shade as like a base with Floor, which is this like nice, like looks a lot deeper in the, okay, there you go. Now this color right here is very like a almost like a beigey brown kind of color, but it's not too dark, so I'm gonna go with that onto the crease and just kind of start adding some color to the lid. So I'm just gonna go in. Okay, there is a lot of kick up with this palette, which I don't really mind, but I am definitely noticing some kick up when you kind of dab your brush into it. And I'm not dabbing really hard either. I'm not really harsh when it comes to like dabbing into the pans of the palettes that I use. So a little bit of kick up, but doesn't bother me, at least. I don't know if that's something that may bother you guys, but there is some kick up there. And I'm just kind of spreading this all over the lid just to kind of add as like a base before I go in with any other shadows. Okay, now I think I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Metro, which is like this more almost brown kind of like, it's almost like a little light chocolatey brown. It's kind of hard to actually see the true color of it on camera, but to me it looks like a very like light kind of chocolate color. So I'm going to start with that shade on the outer corners of my eyes. Now that I'm applying it on the eyes, it looks a little bit more of like a, I don't want to say corally, but almost like a reddish browny color. I really like it. Definitely looks a little bit darker now that I'm adding it to the crease and I'm blending it because of the other color, but it's really pretty. Okay, so now that I've done that and kind of taken that first brush I went in with and kind of softened out the edges, I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade called Wings, which is a very beautiful like greeny shimmer. This shade right here is super like buttery. As soon as I like went in with my finger, look at that, beautiful, beautiful color. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply that on like the inner corners of my, not the inner corners, but like the inner part of my eyelid. Okay, this color, beautiful. Shade is beautiful. Definitely loving this shade so far. It looks really beautiful on the eyes mixed with the other two colors. It's very buttery when you like touch it with your finger, so I can feel kind of like, it almost feels like it's gonna start bunching up, but so far there's like not any like weird like bunching up in the pan of the shadow, and it's very soft and I really like it. And I really like it so far. I love the color of it on the eyes. Definitely a really pretty shade that I'm probably going to be using a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that first brush that I use and kind of softly blend out those edges so that it's not like a super harsh line of where I applied the like shimmery shade. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and apply some blush, and the blush I'm going to be using is the Juvia's Place Blushed Rogue Aruki. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name. Volume 2, and it's this one here. So it does come with a mirror, and it has these two shades here, and I think I want to go in with the top one, like the little bit more like a pinky one. And I'm just going to take this really fluffy brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to dab my brush into it, and I don't see any kick up coming up from the blush pan, which is really nice, and it coated my brush pretty well. So I'm just going to tap off any excess, smile at my mirror. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with highlight, and this highlighter I'm going to use is the La Costa Highlighter from Alamar Cosmetics, and I don't think I've used any of like their actual like face products before. I've only ever used like their eyeshadows, so I'm really excited to try this out and see how I like it. Okay, I finally got the packaging open. That took forever, but this is what the highlighter looks like. It might be a little too light for my skin tone, but I'm gonna try it out and see how I like it. So I'm just gonna go in with my brush and kind of dab in it really lightly just to see. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but a beautiful highlight. I think I'm in love with this highlighter. Look at that. Look at that shine. I definitely don't feel like you need a lot, like a nice couple dabs in there and you're good to go. So far, love that highlighter. Now I'm just going to go ahead and set my face before I apply my mascara, and I'm just going to use my E.L.F. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist, which I've been also using a lot when I do my makeup to set my face, just so I don't look super like dry and matte. And while I let that set, I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes, apply my mascara, and then we'll move on to lip products. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to lips. And I was thinking to test this out, but I don't feel like this goes really well with my look today. So I'm gonna set the Tarte Maracuja Oil Lippy Juicy Lip product aside, and I'm gonna use that at a different time. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade London, and I feel like this is probably a lip liner that's been a staple in a lot of your in a lot of people's makeup routine when it comes to lips. And I don't know, I think I already have this lip liner in my collection, but I had purchased one. I had purchased it a while ago when Ulta was having a sale on some of their products. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with the pencil. Now I think I'm gonna go in with the Artist Couture lipstick in the shade Saucy Gal. I saw Juicy Jazz use this lipstick from them and I loved the color of it. It's a very pretty, like almost orangey type of nude. So okay, I think I love this color with the lip liner. I don't know if this shade of like nude actually suits me, but I love the color of the lipstick. And then the final product I'm going to use for my lips is the NYX This Is Milky Gloss in the shade Milk and Honey, which is another gloss that I saw Juicy Jazz use and it looked really beautiful. So I decided to pick it up as well. And this is what the shade looks like. It's a very pretty, like nudie, kind of almost orangey shade, kind of like the lip product, like the lipstick from Artist Couture, but this is like actually a lip gloss. So oh my god, this smells so good. This reminds me of something, but I don't know what it is, but it smells really good. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that on my lips. Okay, this definitely seems like almost the same color as the lipstick, just in a gloss form, and it's definitely a lot more, I don't want to say clear, but it's more sheer. It's not like a lot of payoff, like it's not like super pigmented. Definitely kind of into this lip combo, and my lips don't feel like dry or sticky, or like the products don't feel heavy on my lips. So I'm definitely going to be reaching for this lip combo a lot more. Now for the products that I used, the Anastasia Brow Freeze, I definitely am kind of loving it. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna continue using it with just the pomade only because I feel like on the brow where I use the pen, like the pencil thing, it doesn't look really good. I feel like it looks much better with the pomade, and it doesn't make my brows look super dark like this one does. So sorry if you can hear that. There's like construction going on near me, so sorry for that. But yeah, I'm kind of loving these products together. I was actually hoping to pick up the E.L.F version of the brow freeze, but it was completely out of stock, like I said, and I picked up the Anastasia, which they did have in stock, and I'm really happy with this combo right now. So far I'm loving this brow lift applicator from E.L.F as well, because it has the spoolie and then it has the flat like applicator side, and I think this is a great brow product brush thing to use for when you're applying the brow freeze. I feel like I would have loved it a little bit more if instead of like the flat end it was like a brush to be able to apply the actual like pomade, but they already have a brush like that. So I think this is a cool like little tool you can use for when you're using like a brow freeze or their version of the brow freeze. Now for the palette, I love the colors on my eyes. I don't know if you guys can see, but this eye combo that I did with the shades Fleur Metro and Wings. I love the palette's really beautiful. Like I said, there is a little bit of kick up, not like nothing crazy to the point where like you're using like half the shadow, but there's definitely a little bit of kick up. I didn't see any fallout under my eyes from these shadows, so definitely a really pretty palette. I'm so intrigued on how this color here is gonna look, which is like a little lilac. It almost looks like a lavendery lilac. I can't say the word. It looks like a lavendery lilac shade. So I'm really excited to try that one out in the future to see how I like it. But so far I'm really liking the palette. Next thing I used was the Juvia's Place Blush Volume 2 little like duo. And I really love the shade that I used today, which is this one here. It doesn't have a name, so I don't think these are like shades that have names, but this orangey one here, like more like orangey peachy color, looks really pretty as well. So far with the pinky one that I used, it looks really pretty on the cheeks, and there was literally no like kick up in the pan. So I feel like this blush, because of the way it's able to give off a lot of pigment at the same time of not having a lot of it like having all like kick up in the pan, I feel like it'll last you a good amount of time, so I'm happy with that. For the highlighter, I feel like this highlighter is going to be like my new go-to, and it's La Costa from Alamar Cosmetics, and this is what the packaging looks like, which is a really pretty little like beach scenario there. But yeah, I am really loving the way it looks. I think I love this makeup look so far. And then for the brow pen from Juvia's Place, I don't think this is the right shade for me. Definitely should probably invest in like a deeper shade to kind of match my hair a little bit better. But so far I'm not liking the color. I'm not gonna say I don't like the application of it, like how it sits on my brow, because I don't know, because I didn't really use it very much. I just knew that the color wasn't it, so I stopped using it. So I think I'm gonna try a different shade out and see how I like it, and go from there. And then hopefully I pick up the ColourPop one, because like I said, I know I put it in my basket, and I know the girl charged me for it, but it was not in my bag. So I don't know if it fell out of my bag in the car on the way home, or the girl forgot to put it in my actual bag, but oh well, I'll just have to go back and pick up another one. But yeah, for the lip products, the NYX lip liners are like one of like most go-to lip liners that I've heard so much about, especially in the shade London. It's a beautiful shade. It's very light. I feel like it'd be a kind of a lighter shade if you have a little bit more of a deeper skin tone. I feel like even for me it was kind of light on my lips, but I actually really like the way it looks, like the way it looked when I applied it. For the lipstick, very creamy, very like soft. It didn't feel drying on the lips when I applied it, and I love the color of it so far. So the lipstick I'm definitely gonna keep using. And then for the Milky Lip Gloss from NYX, love the shade as well. It's very similar to the lipstick itself, so I feel like this would be a little nice combo. Oh, I dropped the pencil. It would be a really nice combo, and I love the feeling of the lip gloss. It's not sticky at all. It feels very like soft and glidey on the lips. So overall, I feel like the only product that I didn't like was the pen from Juvia's Place, but I feel like that's just because it wasn't the correct shade for me. But yeah, everything else I'm really happy with. I love with the way my makeup turned out. I feel really like pretty in it. So yeah, I'm really happy that so far I've loved everything that I tried out, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below if you've tried any of the products that were mentioned today, how you're liking them, what you don't like about it, or how you incorporate it into your makeup routine. I've been trying to be a little bit better with actually getting myself ready, because I used to get ready, like I used to do my makeup all the time. I used to go out, like when I would go out, do my makeup, get myself ready, do my hair, and then I kind of fell out of that routine and became a little bit lazier when it came to that stuff. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to see more videos from me, and go ahead and comment like I said, if you use the products, if you like it, you don't like it, how you incorporate it into your routine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye.